What if I told you that every time your bird bobs its head, it's actually solving a complex physics problem that would stump most humans? Picture this. You're watching your pet parrot or cockatiel, and you notice that rhythmic, almost mechanical head bobbing. Back and forth, up and down. It looks strange, almost comical. But here's the surprising truth, that simple movement is one of nature's most brilliant adaptations. Birds don't bob their heads because they're dancing to music only they can hear. They do it because their survival depends on it. To understand why, we need to step into the world of a bird, where seeing clearly while moving is a matter of life and death. Most animals can move their eyes freely to track objects while their body is in motion. But birds have a limitation that forced them to evolve an extraordinary solution. Their eyes are fixed more rigidly in their sockets, giving them incredible visual acuity but making it harder to stabilize their vision while moving. So instead of moving their eyes, they move their entire head in precise, calculated bobs. Think of it like this: when you're walking and trying to read a sign, you might slow down or stop to focus. Birds can't afford that luxury. In the wild, pausing for even a second could mean missing a predator or prey. So they developed head bobbing as a way to keep the world stable while navigating through it. The magic happens in two distinct phases that create what scientists call optokinetic head movements. First, the thrust phase, where the head shoots forward and locks onto a visual target, keeping it perfectly still relative to the environment. During this moment, the bird's body is catching up, but its head remains stationary, allowing for crystal clear focus. Then comes the hold phase, where the head stays locked while the body continues moving forward. Finally, the head quickly snaps back to start the cycle again. This isn't just about walking around. For birds that hunt insects midair or need to spot seeds while hopping between branches, this head stabilization system is like having a built-in camera gimbal. It eliminates motion blur and gives them split-second accuracy that would make professional photographers jealous. But here's where it gets even more fascinating. Not all head bobbing serves the same purpose. Some birds, like pigeons, use it primarily for depth perception. By moving their head and creating parallax, where nearby objects appear to move more than distant ones, they can judge distances with remarkable precision. This is why pigeons can land on thin wires and navigate complex urban environments without crashing. Then there's the communication aspect. In many bird species, head bobbing has evolved into a social signal. Watch a courting dove or a territorial robin, their head movements become part of a visual language. Faster bobs might indicate excitement or aggression, while slower, rhythmic motions could be part of mating displays. Pet birds often transfer these natural behaviors to their human companions, bobbing their heads when they see you as a form of greeting or anticipation. Even more incredible is how this behavior changes depending on context. A bird walking slowly might bob its head gently, while one that's alarmed or excited will bob more rapidly. Scientists have found that the rhythm and intensity of head bobbing can reveal a bird's emotional state and intentions. It's like having a window into their mind through movement. What's truly mind-blowing is that this isn't a conscious decision for birds. It's hardwired into their nervous system, an automatic response that kicks in whenever they move. Researchers have studied this by placing birds on treadmills. Even when the world isn't actually moving around them, their heads still bob in that characteristic rhythm. The behavior is so deeply ingrained that it persists even when the visual cues change. This brings us to an important question: why don't all animals do this? The answer lies in evolutionary trade-offs. Birds sacrificed flexible eye movement for superior visual resolution and wider fields of view. The head bobbing compensates perfectly for this limitation, turning what might seem like a disadvantage into a superpower. Meanwhile, predators like owls have taken this to another level. With their almost immobile eyes, they've evolved incredibly flexible necks that can rotate 270 degrees, giving them the stability of head bobbing with even greater range. Understanding this behavior changes how we see our feathered friends. That cute head tilt your parakeet does when you talk to it, that's not just curiosity, it's using sophisticated visual processing to understand you better. The rhythmic bobbing as it walks across its perch, that's centuries of evolution fine-tuning survival techniques. Next time you watch a bird, whether it's a wild sparrow hopping on the ground or your pet cockatiel exploring its cage, pay attention to the precision of those head movements. You're witnessing one of nature's most elegant solutions to a complex problem. A behavior that allows creatures weighing mere ounces to navigate worlds we can barely comprehend. What other bird behaviors have you noticed that seem strange at first but might have hidden meanings? Share your observations in the comments. We might feature your insight in our next episode of Decoding Animal Behavior.